I've been saying that I'm going to live to 104 since I was a little girl. I don't know when that thought first entered my mind, but I have been saying it all my life. And I do remember that when I was a kid and I would say it, people would look at me and go, well, wow, that's a long time, and not really believing that I was going to make it. Whereas today, if I say it, people go, well, maybe, which is very interesting. It's quite a shift. And this weekend, I was listening to a podcast, my favorite podcaster, Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO, and he was interviewing David Sinclair, who is a Harvard professor and has been studying aging and anti-aging and age reversal for the last 30 years. He is one of the leaders in this field. And he said that with mice and primates, they have already been able to reverse the age, where the animal actually gets younger. Not only that, but they've been able to cure diseases from multiple sclerosis to blindness. And this month, they are starting trials with human beings and the eye to try and cure blindness. Now, if that works, they're going to keep going on to all sorts of diseases and also anti-age or age reversal. He also said that in my lifetime, I'll be able to extend my life by a couple of decades, and that this is almost guaranteed, according to him. And not only this, he said that eventually, possibly not in my lifetime, but who knows, mine or my children, we might be able to even live forever. Now, I don't know how that sits with you, but my initial reaction was, that's a really bad idea. I mean, can you imagine just more people, like overpopulation, all kinds of issues? There would probably be two groups of people, the people that don't want to take the pill and the people that do want to take the pill. And, as I was thinking about it, I was like, well, if I got older and everybody around me was the same age, would I not take the pill? And I probably would. I mean, it opens up so many questions, and so many questions about what's right and wrong, and so many different perspectives, because I might think something is wrong, but I mean, if you look at it from another angle, well, why would it be wrong? And I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but I do know that we are at the verge of drastic change that's going to create very opposing views, which will create also a lot of friction. You probably remember Dolly the sheep. Well, since then, we've been cloning bulls, we've been cloning horses for racing, we've been cloning dogs. When people's dogs die, you can actually have your dog cloned and have the same looking anyway dog. And it's actually quite interesting that we don't hear about this very widely. It poses a lot of questions. I think that it really tugs at our values, at our beliefs. And I think that when people are so polarized as well, it just creates more conflict. But the thing is that we are here at the verge of massive change. It's going to happen whether we are involved in it or not. And I think that what becomes important is not so much whether we think it's right or wrong, but how do we stay calm amongst the chaos? How do we make decisions from a place of peace and love and centeredness, as opposed to chaos and fear? Remembering, I think also that what's good for the whole is good for me. And what's good for me is good for the whole. I think that in the past, certainly in business, there's been the sense that I win, you lose. And people are always trying to beat the other person. And I think that's kind of old thinking. We should be moving into how can we make this a win-win for everyone? And I think it's going to challenge us in ways that we haven't been challenged before. And one of the most important things will be for us to remain grounded and to act from a place of integrity, to act from a heart space, and think about us as a whole. Instead of I win, you lose, it's time to start thinking, how can we choose something that's going to be good for humanity, for Earth, and for everybody living on this planet. The next few years are going to be intense. And we are going to have to ask ourselves, who am I? Where do I stand? What do I want to contribute? And if we know that AI is going to do a lot of the things that we used to do, and is going to be able to do a lot of things better than we do it, the thing that's going to remain with us is our perspective, our experience, our humanity. And that's a good thing for me. And that's where our opportunity is, to be more of who we are. And to be more of who we are, we first have to get clear on who we are. And honestly, that is why I run this company. I absolutely love figuring myself out with friends, with my partner, with family. I realized that when we figure out who we are, so much becomes clear. Where we should be heading, how we should act. And it really becomes a better life overall, because you do what you came here to do. We all have a purpose. We all have a gift. And figuring that out is going to become the most important thing in the next few years. I'll leave you with that. Thank you for watching, and please share your thoughts on how you feel about possibly living forever. And if not forever, extending our lives by a decade or two. I still don't know where I stand, but I'm pretty sure my view is going to change a lot over the next few years as I hear more and more about this and as I read your comments. Thank you so much.